Hey guys, Megan here. Welcome to Femme Fables. If you are a new listener or a new subscriber or a new viewer on YouTube, welcome. This show is about everything dating, advice, lessons we've learned along the way, relationships, breakups, healing and letting go. Everything that you can experience in dating and relationships, we talk about it. These are real life stories, real life lessons we learned along the way. So if you are watching on YouTube and that's something that you want to be a part of, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We release episodes about once a week. And also make sure to like and comment on the videos. We love hearing your own stories and your own views. So today I am solo again, and we are talking about dating apps. So I've been back on dating apps for about a month now. I think the majority of people now use dating apps as a means to meet people, especially during the pandemic, since we all weren't really going out too much in crowded places and meeting people. So I kind of talk about my favorites, what I like about them, what I don't. I'm also going to read some very funny messages and mostly inappropriate messages that I've received from men, so stay tuned for that. And then I will end it with a viewer email we received about a story on my favorite, not really topic, and the unsolicited dick pic. So it's actually a really good story, so stay tuned to the end for that. So let's get right into it. So Facebook, dating is one that I'm on, Bumble, and Hinge. So 3 dating apps, right? It's a lot of work. But remember in my last episode I said the effort you put into something is the effort you get out. So let's talk about Hinge. Hinge has always been probably my #1 dating app. I feel like there's more quality people on Hinge than quantity. I feel like swipe apps provide you more quantity, not necessarily always quality. It's not always the case, but that's my experience. So for Hinge, I like that you have to upload photos, you have to answer questions. You can skirt around it by either putting weird photos up or ... And if you see somebody who has that, they're probably not realistically looking to put much effort into dating. We've all seen it where you're like, this person didn't even really put any effort into answering any questions about themselves. So be mindful of that. But I do like that about Hinge. Like I said, I also appreciate that there's something about having to do that one step of actually hearting a photo or commenting on it or making a comment on somebody else that requires a little bit more effort than just the swipe right, swipe left mentality. So I would highly recommend Hinge. I've actually gone on some really great dates from it. So totally would recommend that to people if you're looking to get either back on dating apps or trying them for the first time. The second is Bumble. So the thing that I like about Bumble is the women have to initiate the conversation. So you're not getting all of these inappropriate messages and comments from men or women or whoever that you don't want. You're initiating it. So once you both swipe right on each other and match, the woman has 24 hours to do an intro. So I don't know about everybody else, but as the female on Bumble, I do try to put some effort into my intro to the person. Some people don't have a lot on their profile to go off of, so it's hard for me to either pinpoint something or ask a question about something if they don't give me anything. So my usual go-to is like, hey, so-and-so. I like to use their name because it makes it more personable and you connect. You know, how's your week going? How's your weekend? Do you have anything fun planned if it's coming up on a weekend or what have you, or if we're in the middle of the week, how's your week going? Now, if they do provide me something, I do try to say, you know, hey, I saw that you visited so-and-so, or hey, what was your favorite? You like to travel. What was the best place you've been to? Give me tips for it or what have you. So I do try to engage in conversation because I don't know about you, but getting the typical, hey, what's up? It's not enticing me to respond. So, you know, be mindful of that as well when you're communicating. I know some people aren't wordsmiths, and I totally get that, but try to put some effort into engaging in a person because you're more likely going to get a response if you do that when you put in the effort. Recently, I just got back on the Facebook dating app. I tried it before. So things I like about the Facebook dating app is, one, you can see if you have mutual friends. So you think, okay, maybe this person's somewhat normal and not a crazy person who's going to kill me. And 2, they have a Facebook profile. So you can look at that and see, you know, are they who they say they are. I think I almost got catfished a couple weeks ago. I got a Facebook request from somebody, and he seemed, I say normal, I don't want to say that because that sounds rude, but seemed like a legitimate person. And, you know, I'm one of those, everything happens, you know, for a reason in life. So I respond, I accept his request, and he messages me and says, hey, I've never done this before. You know, I hope you don't think I'm totally weird. I just moved to the area. I don't know a lot of people. So his story seemed very believable, right? He seemed normal. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, welcome. Sucks that you moved here during the pandemic. Probably couldn't do much, so on and so forth. And he asked if he could call me. So we went from friend request to message to call. I'm kind of a risk taker, and I'm also very curious. So I said, sure. He calls me, have great conversation. He actually asked me out for Sunday to go out for drinks. And anybody who knows me, I'm one of those dorky people that's into astrology. Yes, I know people are like, that doesn't, there's no truth behind it or whatever, blah, 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 whatever. I like astrology, get over it if you don't. But if you do, great, let's talk astrology. Side note. So I asked him what his birthday is, and he tells me March something. He's younger than me because I was trying to figure out, like, okay, when are you going to be closer to my age a little bit? Well, I'm not sure if he underestimated my level of stalking capabilities that I have, but I went through his Facebook profile because, again, I'm a little wary, but I'm believing him. Still want to see, does he have friends? He has pictures. Does he have any recent updates? Things like that. So I see people commenting on his profile in September, happy birthday. I'm like, that's weird. Like, he told me his birthday was in March. So I call him out on it. We're texting, and he's like, well, I've gotten a bad rap for being a Virgo in the past. Come to find out, we have the same birthday. So I just thought it was such a weird thing to lie about. So then my, like, red flags start, like, firing, right? So if he's lying about something like that, what else is he going to lie about? Or what else is he lying about? So we still had our date planned for Sunday, and he basically fell off the face of the planet. So I'm pretty sure he was catfishing me. Sorry I got sidetracked with that story, but I thought it was an interesting one. Just be mindful. People make fun of people who stalk, but in this day and age, you never know who could be married, who could have a secret family, who's lying to you, who still lives with their mother and doesn't say that they do, things like that. So just be mindful. We call it stalking, you know, to poke fun, but you really should make sure you know a little bit about the person you're going out with. So Facebook dating profile app, I like that just because you can see their profile. You can see if you have mutual friends. It's not a swipe, it's an X or a check. You can send a spark, I think. I haven't quite learned what sending a spark means yet. So those are the ones that I'm on right now. Again, Hinge would probably be the one that I recommend the most to everybody. And if you have any other dating apps that you tried that you think I should try, let me know. I'm all for trying them. I haven't made it to Tinder. The last time I tried Tinder, I maybe lasted 10 hours on it. I think I'm still in the old school mindset that Tinder is just the hookup app, which in reality, they're all kind of hookup apps. You gotta kind of weed through the bullshit, and if you are really looking for something, find those that are looking as well for the same thing. So now I'm gonna get into some funny messages that I've received, and let me pull up my computer. So somebody commented, he was a younger gentleman, on a photo that I had, and he said, I'm looking for a MILF for a good time. So first off, MILF means mom I'd like to fuck. I'm not a mother. I don't have children. So if he was indicating my age, then he probably should have, what am I, puma, cougar, a sphinx? I don't know. I gotta look up Urban Dictionary. But I'm definitely not a mom, so calm down, son. The next one I got was a comment on my photo. You're so beautiful. He spelled you're right, so that's a plus. And you have a sexy body and nice boobs. Thank you, Damien, for that compliment, but probably not the way to get me to respond to you. Let me go to some messages that I've received. This was on Bumble. What's up, sexy? Not much. Working from home today, which is nice. How are you? So, when are we gonna fuck? Me. Hard pass. A hard pass, he says. Really? So never? No, fucking never. Go fuck yourself. How's that sound? Sorry, I do curse on this show, so if that offends you, I'm sorry, but it's probably not gonna ever change. So, it is what it is. I just wanna be honest. But yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. All right. Message I received. Something in your profile caught my eye. Maybe that you don't sound crazy and you had all your clothes on. Hopefully you've got a sense of humor too. Not having one equals a definite deal breaker. So let's see if you're as interesting as you sound. Side note, fuck you about being as interesting as you sound. How about you be fucking interesting? I'll bet you a donut you've gotten about 650 emails from dirty old married men asking if you'd like a sugar daddy, am I right? Honestly, no, but I still would like a donut because I like donuts and I like to be fed and be told I'm pretty. So, I'm not one to talk about myself, but guess what? He's about to talk about himself. I'm attractive, have my life together, and love making people laugh. So if having fun isn't your thing, we might not click. Worst case, you might get a nice friend. We should get together for a drink sometime. Chris. Thanks, Chris, but no thank you. I love when people are like, I hate to be on camera, but look at all the 500 selfies of me. I hate to be on video, but I have a YouTube channel where I do tutorials. Like, give me a break. Don't lie to yourself, people. All right. This was just funny. So I'm not a very religious person. I'm all for people who are, believe in what you believe. But this guy's intro was, hey there, do you like church? No, I don't. I would probably burst into flames if I walked into one. I'm just kidding. I've been to church. I actually enjoy it to some degree. All right. This person comments, Michael, I'm looking for a woman who can face things for what they are. Think for herself by learning, follow her heart spiritually while practicing ascension mechanics together, and help free people's minds and hearts to stop the tyranny that is being placed on the human race that would make George Orwell wince. What could be more positive than that? Truth, knowledge, and love is needed. Michael. I don't even know what the fuck that means, so no, sir, Michael. All right. Another Michael. That's my brother's name. Hi there, my name is Michael, and I think you're beautiful. I hope you don't think that's too cheesy. I'd like to get to know if you're interested. I hope that you're open-minded because I only date women who are okay with the idea that I'll be licking their feet since that is something I like to do. I know it's different, LOL. I'm looking for a serious relationship. So we went from, started out really good, to licking feet, which, go check out our fetish episode if you want to talk about fetishes, but I hate feet. Feet are fucking gross. Don't touch my feet. Don't lick my feet. No, thank you, sir, Michael. So those are just some funny messages. And my favorite message that I've ever received was a gentleman who wrote to me and said, hey, I'm a great guy, I've got a good family, I'll treat you great, I'm really good with kids, and I will fuck your brains out. And I'm not sure how you can put family, being good with kids, and fucking your brains out in the same sentence, but this person did. Delete, no response, bye-bye. All right, so those are just some funny messages. Sure I have plenty more, but let's end with our viewer email that we received on my favorite topic, but not really, the unsolicited dick pic. So, we get a viewer email from Susan. It says, hi, Femme Fables. I just want to start off by stating that you're so amazing and absolutely hilarious in your awesome Femme Fables podcast. I've absolutely loved your content so far, which has made me laugh so much, but which I also find educational too. I really do hope you keep creating more episodes. Thank you for the compliment. We hope you keep listening, and we will keep creating more episodes, don't worry. I had to write in after listening to your episode called Episode 3, Dating Apps, Red Flags, and Dick Pics, which covered the unusual modern day trend of unsolicited dick pics because of a recent experience of mine. Just how did we get this position in this modern dating world? Laughy emojis. I don't know, but here we are. I have a story to share about how I and several other women at work responded to a work colleague who sent me an unsolicited dick pic. I thought it might be fun to share it with you. It just shows what can go wrong if these pics are sent out, especially when they're unsolicited. Receiving these pics is actually the story of my life on social media at the moment. I get so many of these sent to me on Tinder that I could make a coffee table book full of them, and don't even get me started on Snapchat. That would be an actually very interesting coffee table book, to be honest with you. Anyway, on with my story. A guy I used to work with used to always brag about having a huge penis. He always looked for an opportunity to talk about how big he was and how so many women were after him because of it. He once said he had a 10-incher. I'm sure you've come across someone like this at some stage. I have. This all changed, however, when he sent me a dick pic. His pic was a close-up of his penis with a ruler right next to it, so I could exactly see how long it was fully erect. I don't know what he was thinking, but it wasn't anything to boast about. It only looked just to be over 5.5 inches long. Men in height in inches, yeah, they get those messed up a lot. He sent me a message around 15 minutes later begging me not to show it to anyone else and saying that he was sorry, but I'd already sent it to every single one of my female friends by that point. What woman wouldn't have, if only to warn them all about him? Side note, guys, if you send an unsolicited dick pic, guess what? She's sending your dick to every one of her friends. Be mindful of that, okay? It was no accident that he sent it to me, as I found out that he'd also sent it to someone else with the same apology to her around 15 minutes later. I think that some of them really needed a good laugh, and they sure as hell got one. From then on, we kept on making jokes at work by measuring various items in the office with a ruler and saying things like, "Damn, that thing's smaller than I expected. It doesn't even measure 6 inches," followed by lots of laughter. It was so funny watching him go as red as a beetroot, even though we weren't even talking about his junk. They really do need to understand that if they send unsolicited dick pics, and it's open season for us to send all of our girlfriends to point and laugh, as well as criticize and judge. Telling them that it's small seems to work really well in getting them to stop. The dick pic guy left 2 weeks later, probably through embarrassment. That's actually kind of sad, but this is why you often don't send dick pics to your coworkers. Our boss didn't understand what was going on until after he left. Afterwards, we told her, and she had a really good laugh and said that it served him right. How could we carry on working normally after going through that? This is now the reason I consider an erect penis 6 inches or less to be small. Laugh emoji. Do they expect us to react to their dick pic with the message of, "Ooh, that's such a nice penis. Is that all for me? Wow, I feel so lucky now. It's so big and such a turn on." Before we magically jump through their screens, desperate for sex, and jump on top of them? Surely they must know by now that this approach doesn't work, and we're much more likely to show their pics to friends and have a good laugh at them. Thank you both so much for being so awesome and for your brilliant podcast, and I really do hope that my story gives you a good laugh or smile. Have a wonderful day. Loves and hugs. Sue. Sue, I loved your story. That did give me a laugh. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Keep sending us stories, everyone. We are going to wrap it up. I say we, it's just me. Usually Dietrich's here, so I'm used to saying that. So, well, Knox is here. He's back there somewhere. Yeah, he's there. My dog. So, thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you like, subscribe, comment if you're on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure to rate it and share it with your friends. If you have a story that you want to share with us, please write us at femfables@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, Femfables Podcast. All that will be in the description of the YouTube. We hope to see you guys or you listen next time, and we will circle back to you again soon. Thank you guys so much again for all your support and listening.